All right, let's begin. Cheto-darpana-marjanam, bhava-maha-davagni-nirvapanam, Shreyah kairava-chandrika vitaranam, Vidya-vadhu-jeevanam, Anandam-budhivardhanam pratipadam, Purnamrita-swadanam, Sarvatma-snapanam param vijayate, Shri Krishna Sankirtanam, Nam Namakari Bahuda, निज सर्व शक्ति तत्रार्पिता नियमितः स्मरणे न कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवं मीदृशं इह जानीनानुरागः तृणादपि सुनिचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिना मानदेन कीर्तनीया सदा हरि न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनि ईश्वरे भवतात् भक्तिरहितुकी त्वयि एनन्दतनुज किङ्करं पतितं मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कजस्थित धूलीसदृशं विचिन्तये नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गदगदरुद्धया गिरा पुलकैर्निचितं वपु कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायिषतं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्रवशायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे आश्लिष्य वा पादरतां विनष्टु मामदर्शनान् मर्मतां करोतु वा यथा तथा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः. So we are on Madhya-lila, volume 1. It is in 5 volumes. So we are on volume 1, chapter 1. This chapter is a little longer chapter. Yesterday we learned that how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu feels when he sees Jagannath near Rath Yatra. So Jagannath Ji is in the car and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is standing in the front of the car and he gets into the mood of Radha Rani and he speaks some shloka which is only indirectly hinting about the Kurukshetra pastime. And we discussed about that, how Radha Rani felt when she saw Krishna in Kurukshetra and what she has spoken to her friend that, I saw Krishna, but he is not the same. I wish to take him away from everybody and then spend time with him again on the banks of Yamuna under the Kadamba tree, where he will play his flute just for me. And we ended up there. Bhagavan spoke this bhava, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke this bhava in his ecstasy in front of the car, Rath Yatra. Only Sarup Damodar Goswami, who is very close associate, will know about him as we read the chapters further. He could understand his bhava. And one day, Roop Goswami had come to meet him. Roop and Sanatan, both the brothers, have come. We are going to hear the story now. Roop Goswami heard that. And then he wrote another shloka, which will matching the mood of that other shloka which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wrote, and he put it on his roof. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw what Rupa Goswami had written. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so happy. Though externally he didn't show, he just slapped him. But then he spoke to Sarup Damodar. How did Rup know what was going in my mind? And Sarup said, you have blessed him. That's why it has gone. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I'm going to bless him more. He is the one. He's going to write more on all these pastimes. And whatever these transcendental pastimes are, whatever we hear, it has all come from Roop Sanatan and their nephew, Jiva Goswami. So we'll read ahead now. yesterday, where we ended, slok number 80. Thus, meeting with Krishna and thinking of Vrindavan atmosphere, Radharani longed for Krishna to take her to Vrindavan again and to fulfill her desire in that calm atmosphere. Ahuschate pad Navapadarvindam Yogaishware Hriday Vichintyam Magadabodhai Samsara Kupapatti Toranan Navalamban Geham Sujusham Api Manasi Udiyat Sadanaha. The gopis spoke thus: Dear Lord, whose navel is just like a lotus flower, your lotus feet are the only shelter for those who have fallen into deep well of material existence. Your feet are worshipped and meditated upon by the great mystic yogis and highly learned philosophers. We wish that this lotus feet may also be awakened within our hearts, although we are only ordinary persons engaged in household affairs. This verse is from Srimad Bhagavatam. The gopis thought, Tomara charana mora brajapura ghare udaya karaye adi tabe vanchapure. The gopis thought, Dear Lord, if your lotus feet again comes to our home in Vrindavan, our desires will be fulfilled. In one verse, Srila Roop Goswami has explained the confidential meaning of the verse of Srimad Bhagavatam for the understanding of general populace. Yate lila prasa parimala udgari vanya parita dhanya kshauni vilasati vrita maturi madhuri vihi tatras smabhi chatula pashupi bhava mugdhantarabhi sambitastam kalaya vadanolasi venur viharam. The gopis continued, Dear Krishna, the fragrance of the mellows of your pastime is spread throughout the forest of the glorious land of Vrindavan, which is surrounded by the sweetness of the district of Mathura. In the congenial atmosphere of that wonderful land, you may enjoy your pastime with your flute dancing on your lips and surrounded by us, the gopis, whose hearts are always enchanted by unpredictable, ecstatic emotions. In this way, these are the moods, various moods he would have. And in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw Jagannatha. He saw that the Lord was with his sister Subhadra and was not holding a flute in his hand. Vibhanga Sundara Vraje Vrajendra Nandana Kaha Pabahe Vanche Bade Anukshana Radhika Unmad Yaiche Uddhava Darshane Udghurna Pralapa Taiche Prabhura Ratradine. Absorbed in the ecstasy of the gopis, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wished to see Lord Jagannath in his original form of Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj. Standing in Vrindavan and appearing very beautiful, his body curved in three parts, his desire to see that form was always increasing. Just as Srimati Radha Rani talked inconsistently with a bumblebee in the presence of Uddhava, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his ecstasy, talked crazily and inconsistently day and night. So the word mentioned here is unmad. Unmad means madness, and it is not an ordinary madness. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was behaving like a crazy fellow. He was in the transcendental ecstasy of love. And in the transcendental ecstasy, there is a feeling of being enchanted in the presence of the enchanter. When the enchanter and the enchanted become separated, mohana or bewilderment occurs. When so bewildered due to separation, one becomes stunned. And at that time, all the bodily symptoms of transcendental ecstasy are manifested. When they are manifest, one appears inconceivably crazy. This is called transcendental madness or unmad. In this state, there is an imaginative discourse, and one experiences emotions like those of a madman. This madness of Srimati Radharani was explained to Krishna by Uddhava, who said, My dear Krishna, because of extreme feeling of separation from you, Srimati Radharani is sometimes making her bed in the groves of the forest, sometimes rebuking a bluish cloud, and sometimes wandering about in the dense darkness of the forest. Thus, she has become like a crazy woman. So all these different emotions Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to go through. The last 12 years of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were passed in this transcendental craziness, and thus he executed his last pastimes in 3 ways. For the 24 years, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the renounced order. Whatever pastimes he executed were unlimited and unfathomable. Who can predict the purport of such pastimes? Just to indicate those pastimes, I am presenting a general survey of the chief pastimes in this form of a synopsis. This is the first synopsis. After accepting the sannyas order, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proceeded towards Vrindavan. When proceeding towards Vrindavan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was overwhelmed with the ecstatic love of Krishna. He lost all remembrance of the external world. In this way, he traveled continuously for 3 days in Radha Desh, the country where the Ganges river does not flow. So Radha Desh is in Bengal. But he was going towards Vrindavan and he got lost in Radha Desh because in his thought, he is fully absorbed in the thought of Krishna. There is no Yamuna in Radha Desh. It is a place where Nityananda Prabhu was there. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going like mad, looking for Krishna here and there. So Nityananda Prabhu saw all this, and Nityananda Prabhu, he bewildered Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and by bringing him along the banks of the Ganges, saying it was the river Yamuna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so mad in Radha Desh. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And Nityananda Prabhu just held his hand and he said, yeah, I'm taking you. Come. Where is Yamuna? Then he shows Ganges. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in ecstatic mode. He does not understand this is Ganges. Nityananda Prabhu says, yes, that is Yamuna. Let's go. Let's walk towards Yamuna and then we find out Krishna. Come, let's go. 3 days, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in that mood. Thinking that Ganges is Yamuna, he's going all around the Yamuna, trying to look for Krishna. He did not eat, did not drink, because he was in that ecstatic mood. Nityananda Prabhu is following him and just took him along the banks of Ganges. Oh, this is Yamuna, we'll find him. And then he held his hand and took him to Shantipur. Shantipura, there was the house of Advaita Acharya. Finally, Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his ecstatic mood enter into the home of Advaita Acharya. And that night, he accepted his first Bhiksha. Then he came to his home. When he saw Advaita Acharya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu regained his senses. 3 days he had not eaten anything. Now he took his first Bhiksha, first food. He performed congregational chanting there. At the house of Advaita Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met his mother because now he has taken sannyasa. So mother is in Bengal, in Madya, and he was already in Jagannath Puri. And en route to Vrindavan, he goes to Radha Desh. So now he is at Advaita Acharya's home and mother has also come there in Bengal. He adjusted everything and then he again went back to Jagannath Puri. On the way towards Jagannath Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed many other pastimes. He visited various temples and heard the story about Madhavendra Puri and the installation of Gopala. Madhavpuri is Madhavendra Puri, and Shira Churi Katha Sakshi Gopala Vivarana Nityananda Kaila Prabhu Danda Bhajana. From Nityananda Prabhu, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard the story of Shira Churi Gopinath and the witness of Gopal. All these stories are going to come in detail. Then Nityananda Prabhu broke the sannyas rod belonging to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. After his sannyas rod was broken by Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu apparently became very angry and left his company to travel alone to Jagannath temple. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered the Jagannath temple and saw Lord Jagannath, he immediately lost his senses and fell to the floor. Sarvbhaum Laya Kela Apana Bhuvana Ditiya Pahare Prabhu Raila Chetana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Jagannath Puri. He saw Jagannath Ji and he was in ecstatic mode. He felt unconscious there. Sarvbhaum Bhattacharya was there and he picked him up and brought him home. The Lord remained unconscious until afternoon and then finally regained his consciousness. The Lord had left Nityanand's company and had been alone to the Jagannath temple. But later, Nityanand, Jagadanand, Damodar, and Mukund all came to see him, and after seeing him, they were all pleased. After this incident, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestowed his mercy on Sarvbhaum Bhattacharya by showing him his original form as the Lord. So this story is very beautiful. Sarvbhaum Bhattacharya's lineage is still there in Puri. I had been to their home, and some of the original manuscripts written in Sarvbhauma's handwriting, I was very lucky enough to see them. They usually don't show, but Jagannath Ji's mercy, they took out the manuscripts, and they showed it to me. So yeah. After bestowing mercy upon Sarvbhaum Bhattacharya, the Lord started for southern India. When he came to Kurm Kshetra, he delivered a person named Vasudeva. After visiting Kurm Kshetra, the Lord visited the South Indian temple of Jiyada Narasimha and offered his prayers to Lord Narasimhadev. On his way, he introduced the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra in every village. Once, the Lord mistook the forest on the bank of the river Godavari to be Vrindavan. In that place, he happened to meet Ramanand Rai. He visited the places known as Tirumala and Tirupati, where he extensively preached the chanting of Lord's holy name. After visiting the temples of Tirumala and Tirupati, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had to subdue some atheists. He then visited the temple of Ahovila Narasimha. All this detail, it is just a synopsis in the first chapter, and then the details will come. Beautiful, beautiful journey. So, Tirupati, Tirumala, Ahovila Matam. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reached Rangakshetra on the banks of Kaveri. He visited the temple of Ranganatha and was overwhelmed in ecstasy of love of Godhead. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lived at the house of Trimalla Bhatta for the Chaturmas, the 4 rainy seasons. Sri Trimalla Bhatta was both a member of the Vaishnava community and a learned scholar. Therefore, when he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was both scholar and a great devotee of the Lord, he was very much astonished. Lord Sri Chaitanya passed his Chaturmasya with the Sri Vaishnavas, singing, chanting the holy name and dancing. After the end of the Chaturmasya, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued traveling throughout South India. At that time, he met Paramanand Puri. After this, Krishnadas, the servant of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was delivered by the clutches of Bhattacharya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then preached the Lord Krishna's name should also be chanted by Brahmanas who are accustomed to chanting Lord Rama's name. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then met Sri Rangapuri and mitigated the sufferings of the Brahmana named Ramadas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had discussions with Tattvadi community, and Tattvadis felt themselves to be inferior Vaishnavas. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the Vishnu temples of Anantadeva, Purushottam, Sri Janardhan, Padmanabha, and Vasudev, all South India. After that, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered the celebrated Saptatala trees, took his bath at the Setubandha Rameshwar, and visited the temple of Shiva known as Rameshwaram. At Rameshwar, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had the chance to read the Kurm Puran, in which he discovered that the form of Sita kidnapped by Ravan was not that of real Sita, but a mere shadow representation. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very glad to read about the false Sita, and he remembered meeting with Ramdas Vipra, who was very sorry that Mother Sita had been kidnapped by Ravan. This story is going to come. Indeed, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eagerly tore this page from the Kurm Puran, although the book was very old, and he later showed it to Ramdas Vipra, whose unhappiness was mitigated. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also found two other books, the Brahma Samhita and Krishna Karunamrita. Knowing these books to be excellent, he took them to present to his devotees. See, in those times, it was all manuscripts, okay, handwritten books. So when we are hearing the story, he took this book to give them, he tore the pages. He found this in the Kurma book because in that Kurm Puran, what he found in South India, that shadow Sita was stolen, not the original Sita was stolen. All this thing is handwritten. So he had to take the pages, and handwritten manuscripts he had to take, because in those times there was no printing, no printing. So you will find some differences in different books of South India and North India. Same Ramayana will be a little different in South India and in North India because the way it was spoken. Earlier, knowledge was stored through Shruti and Smriti, and then writing in those palm leaf as original manuscripts. So what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is taking is the original manuscripts written in those areas. After collecting these books, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned to Jagannath Puri. So he finished his tour for 6 years and then came back to Jagannath Puri. So it took him 6 years because he's going on by feet. For us, it won't take that much time. We can finish the whole trip in 1 month. But yeah, in those times, it was difficult. At that time, the bathing ceremony of Jagannath was taking place, and he saw it. When Jagannath was absent from the temple, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who could not see him, felt separation and left Jagannath Puri to go to a place called as Alalnath. Alalnath is also known as Brahmagiri, and this is about 14 miles away from Jagannath Puri and on the beach. There is a temple of Jagannath here at the present moment. A police station and post office are situated because because so many people come to see the temple. The word anavsar is used when Sri Jagannath Ji cannot be seen in the temple. After the bathing ceremony, Snan Yatra, Lord Jagannath apparently becomes sick. He is therefore removed to his private apartment where no one can see him. Actually, during this period, renovations are made on the body of Jagannath deity. This is called Navyovana. During the Rath Yatra ceremony, Lord Jagannath once again comes before the public. Thus, for 15 days after the bathing ceremony, Lord Jagannath is not visible to any visitors. So that is anavsar. So the temple was closed because Jagannath Ji is sick. This is, and it's just a story made that Jagannath Ji is sick, but the temples are closed and behind the closed doors because the murtis are made out of wood. They are not stone idols. So that is why the wood has to be treated. And the shingar, if anything has gone wrong, the painting and everything is done properly. So that is called decorating the deity again, and infusing it with life again. So there are some herbal things that is kept inside in the wooden statues. Those are made out of wood, so that till the next Rath Yatra, everything is, no termites or anything to enter. So the murti is treated, basically treated to keep it safe. So after 20 years, the whole murti is then changed with another set of murtis, and there is another ceremony. So now the murti which we have is already changed once after 20 years. So during that Rath Yatra ceremony, this is what happens. So they give snan to the deity, and then they say Bhagwan is sick, and the doors are closed, and then all the herbs are given to Bhagwan so that Bhagwan becomes all right. So that time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could not see Bhagwan Jagannath Ji, and he felt so sad that he went and he wanted to drown himself in the ocean. And he went there, and then he was caught by the fishermen there. Then all of them brought him back. And then Bhagwan came to him in Vishnu, 400 form, and Bhagwan said, I'm always there. Where have I gone? So that 400 form is in the Alalnath temple. So during those 15 days, when the temple is closed for Jagannath, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to stay in Alalnath, and here the 400 form of Bhagwan is worshipped, and this is called as Brahmagiri. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remains for some days at Alalnath. In the meantime, he received the news that all the devotees are coming from Bengal to Jagannath Puri because Rath Yatra. When the devotees from Bengal arrived at Jagannath Puri, both Nityanand Prabhu and Sarvbhaum Bhattacharya greatly endeavored to take Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu back to Jagannath Puri. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finally left Alalanath to return to Jagannath Puri, he was overwhelmed both day and night due to separation from Jagannath. His lamentation knew no bound. During this time, all the devotees from different parts of Bengal, and especially from Navdeep, arrived in Jagannath Puri. After due consideration, all the devotees began chanting the holy names congregationally. Lord Chaitanya's mind was thus pacified by the ecstasy of chanting. Previously, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had been touring South India. He had met Ramananda Rai. They had such a beautiful discussion. A whole big chapter is dedicated on this. We will listen to it later. He had met Ramananda Rai on the banks of Godavari. At that time, it had been decided that Ramananda Rai would resign from his post as governor and return to Jagannath Puri to live with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Upon the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Ramananda Rai took the leave of the king and returned to Jagannath Puri. After he arrived, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very much enjoyed talking with him both day and night about Lord Krishna and his pastimes. After Ramananda Rai's arrival, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestowed his mercy upon Kasi Mishra and met Pradyumna Mishra and other devotees. At that time, three personalities, Paramananda Puri, Govinda, and Kashishwara, came to see Lord Chaitanya at Jagannath Puri. All these names which are coming, they have different stories, and they played a very important role in Bhagavan's life. Eventually, there was a meeting with Swarup Damodar Goswami, and the Lord became very pleased. Then there was a meeting with Shikhi Mahiti and Bhavanand Rai, who was the father of Ramanand Rai. All the devotees from Bengal gradually began arriving at Jagannath Puri. At this time, the residents of Kulina Grama also came to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for the first time. So another village, Kulingram. Till now, Bengal, Navdeep. Now next village is Kulingram. Eventually, Narhari Das and inhabitants of Khanda, along with Shivanand Sen, all arrived and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met all of them. After seeing the bathing ceremony of Lord Jagannath, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu washed and cleaned Sri Gundicha temple with the assistance of many devotees. After this, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the devotees saw the Rath Yatra and the car festival ceremony. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself danced in front of the car, and after dancing, he entered a garden. In that garden, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestowed his mercy upon King Pratap Rudra. Afterwards, when the Bengali devotees were about to return home, the Lord gave them separate orders to all of them. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu desired to meet all the devotees of Bengal every year. Therefore, he ordered them to come to see the Rath Yatra festival every year. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was invited to dine at the house of Sarvbhaum Bhattacharya while he was eating sumptuously. The son-in-law of Sarvbhaum Bhattacharya criticized him, and because of this, Sathi's mother cursed him by praying that Sathi would become a widow. In other words, she cursed her son-in-law to die. We'll see why later. At the end of the year, all the devotees from Bengal, headed by Advaita Acharya, again came to see the Lord. Indeed, there was a great rush of devotees to Jagannath Puri. When all the devotees of Bengal arrived, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu allotted them residential quarters, and Shivanand Sen was put in charge of their maintenance. A dog, accompanied by Shivanand Sen and the devotees, and that dog was so fortunate that after seeing the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it was liberated. The dog was liberated and it went back home, back to Godhead. Everyone met Sarvbhaum Bhattacharya on his way to Varanasi. After arriving at Jagannath Puri, all the Vaishnavas met with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Later, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sported in water, taking all the devotees with him. First, the Lord washed the temple of Gundicha very thoroughly. Then everyone saw the Rath Yatra festival and the Lord's dancing before the car. In the garden, along the road from Jagannath Puri from the Jagannath temple to Gundicha, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed various pastimes. A Brahmana named Krishnadas performed the bathing ceremony of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. After dancing in the Gundicha temple, the Lord sported in the water with his devotees, and on Hera Panchami day, they all saw the activities of Goddess of Fortune, Lakshmi Devi. So all these are different days during those 15 days of Rath Yatra. Fifth day, Lakshmi Ji goes. So Lakshmi Ji goes and gets angry at Jagannath Ji. What is he doing here? I am Lakshmi Ji. I have all the fortune. He should be staying in the temple, but he goes and stays there somewhere hiding. What is the problem? Because, there is this garden. It is called as Vrindavan. The meaning behind it is Jagannath Ji wants to go because this is and meet Radha Rani. So where will they meet? So they'll meet in this garden, which is the secret Vrindavan in Puri. So all these leelas, and Lakshmi Ji gets angry. Where is he? He leaves everything and he goes away. I am giving him everything. And where does he vanish all the time? So all this little Hera Panchami things happen on Hera Panchami. On Janmashtami, Lord Krishna's birthday, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dressed himself as a cowherd boy. At that time, he carried a balance with pots of yogurt and wheeled a rod about. After this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bade farewell to all the devotees from Gaudiya, Bengal, and continued chanting with his intimate devotees who constantly remained with him. To visit Vrindavan, the Lord went to Gaudiya. On the way, King Pratap performed a variety of services to please the Lord. On the way to Vrindavan, Maya, Bengal, there was an incident where some cloth was exchanged with Puri Gosai. Some Sri Ramanand Rai accompanied by the Lord as far as the city of Bhadrak. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reached Vidyanagar, Bengal, on the way to Vrindavan, he stopped at the house of Vidya Vachaspati, who was a brother of Sarvbhaum Bhattacharya. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu suddenly arrived at his house, great crowds of people gathered. For 5 consecutive days, all the people gathered to see the Lord, and still there was no rest. Out of fear of the crowd, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left at night and went to the town of Kuliya, which is present-day Navdeep. Hearing of Lord's arrival in Kuliyagram, many hundreds of thousands of people came to see him. The specific acts performed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at this time were his showing favor to Devanand Pandit and excusing the Brahmana known as Gopala Chapala from the offense he had committed at the lotus feet of Srivas Thakur. Many atheists and blasphemers came and fell at the lotus feet of the Lord, and the Lord in return excused them and gave them love of Krishna. When Sri Narsimanand Brahmachari heard that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would go to Vrindavan, he became very pleased and mentally began decorating the way there. So this is one story which is going to come. It's a very beautiful story. So Narsimanand Brahmachari is sitting in the Kuliyagram and is thinking, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will go to Vrindavan, he'll be coming through this place. And in his mind sitting there, he's decorating the place with flowers. And it so happened that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could not reach Vrindavan and he had to spend time in Kuliyagram because of this devotee thinking so deeply that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will come to my place. So this, it will be given in detail. I'm sorry, I'm just reading everything today because all of the stories are going to come in detail. First, Narsimanand Brahmachari contemplated on a broad road starting from the city of Kuliya. He bedecked the road. In his mind, he's thinking, there's a broad road from Kuliya, and then he's bedecking the road with jewels, and then on that he's putting all flowers, petals, and then he mentally decorated the road with bakul flower trees, and at intervals on both sides, he placed lakes of transcendental nature, all in his mind. These lakes had bathing places constructed with jewels, and they were filled with blossoming lotus flowers, and there were various birds chirping, and the water was exactly like nectar. The entire road was surcharged with many cool breezes, which carried the fragrances from various flowers. He carried the construction of this road as far as Kanai Natashala. So from Kuliyagram to Kanai Natashala, he's mentally building a road where he's thinking that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to walk. And in that road, he's like placed beautiful bakul trees and the smell of the flowers, and there are beautiful ponds. Actually, when you go to Bengal, Bengal is like that. I went to Bengal, I went to Ganga Sagar, and the entire Ganga Sagar belt, when you go from the car, you will see, every house is a small pond. Every house is a small pond. So ponds are very common there. Like villages, these are villages, but they all will have a pond. So when the description is given here, I can very easily imagine, okay, so he was thinking Kuliya to Kanai Natshala. Yes, I can believe. Every pond is decorated with jewels. In his mind, you can decorate with jewels. And the wind is blowing with all the fragrances of all the flowers. And then he has put petals on the road where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will walk. So within the mind of Narsimhanand Brahmachari, the road only went up till Kanai Natshala. After that, he could not build. He did not understand what happened. Why am I not able to build this road beyond Kanai Natshala? But with great assurance, he told the devotees that Lord Chaitanya would not go to Vrindavan at that time. And it happened like that. Narsimhanand Brahmachari said, the Lord will go to Kanai Natshala and then he's going to return. All of you will come to know this later. But now I say it with great assurance. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to proceed from Kuliya or towards Vrindavan, thousands of men were with him. And all of them were devotees. Wherever the Lord visited, crowds of innumerable people came to see him. When they saw him, all their unhappiness and lamentation disappeared. Wherever the Lord touched the ground with his lotus feet, people immediately came and gathered the dirt. Indeed, they gathered so much. Wherever he is walking, people want to collect the dirt of his lotus feet. They started digging holes. Holes were created on the road. Lord Chaitanya eventually arrived at the village named Ram Keli. This village is situated on the border of Bengal and is very exquisite. While performing Sankirtan Ram Keli Grama, the Lord danced and he lost his consciousness due to his ecstatic love. While at Ram Keli Grama, an unlimited people came to touch his feet. When the Muslim king of Bengal heard of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's influence of attracting innumerable people, he became very much astonished and began to speak as follows. So the Bengal was ruled by Muslim king. So that time, another Muslim king of Ram Keli, he's like, who is this person? So many people are following him. I really want to know what is the fact. And therefore he ordered his magistrate and he said, do not disturb this Hindu prophet, and out of jealousy, let him do his own will wherever he likes. When the Muslim king asked his assistant, Keshav Chhetri, he called his assistant Keshav Chhetri, he wanted to know, who is this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Do you know anything about him? Keshav Chhetri got scared. He thought, if I tell too much about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this ruler is Muslim, maybe he may not like it. So Keshav Chhetri just underplayed everything. He's like, no, he's just an ordinary man. Don't worry about him. So Keshav Chhetri informed the Muslim king that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is just a mendicant touring different places of pilgrimage, and that as such, only few people has come to see him. Keshav Chhetri said, out of jealousy, your Muslim servant plots against him. I think that you should not be very interested in him, for there is no profit in it. Rather, there is simply loss. After pacifying the king in this way, Keshav Chhetri sent a Brahmin messenger to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, requesting him to leave that place without delay, because the Muslim, it has gone to the king and you never know how they will react. In private, king was not very happy with Chhetri's answer. So he called two of his associates. One of the associates was Dabir Khan. So he called Dabir Khas, who is Srila Roop Goswami. And then he asked, do you know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? And Srila Roop Goswami was in different zone. He knew about him. And he started glorifying the Lord. Srila Roop Goswami said, oh, yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a great prophet. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he has taken birth in your country, Bengal. and this is your good fortune. This prophet always desires your good fortune. By his grace, O king, Rupa Goswami is saying, your business is successful. By his blessings, you will attain victory everywhere. But why are you questioning me, O king? Better that you question your own mind. Because you are the king of people. You are the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, you can understand this better than I. Thus, Srila Rupa Goswami informed the king about his mind and a way of knowing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He assured the king that whatever occurred in his mind should be considered as evidence. He said, why are you asking me? You just talk to yourself. I am saying he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But you also contemplate on this. You will know that he is Bhagavan. And it so happened that the king also replied, nodded, yes, yes. Yes, Dabir, I feel that. I consider Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no doubt about it. After having conversation with Rupa Goswami, the king entered his private house. Rupa Goswami, then known as the Birkhas, also returned to his residence. After returning to his residence, the Birkhas, along with his brother, decided after much consideration to go and see the Lord incognito. Thus in the night, the two brothers, Dabir Khan and Sakara Malik, went to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in incognito. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Bengal. Rupa Goswami has spoken to the king. And Rupa Goswami could not control himself. He's like, we have to go and meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is here. तारा दुई जनी जनैला प्रभुर गोचरे रूप साकारा मल्लिक आइला तोमा देखी बारे दुई गुच्छ त्रिना दुने दासने धरीना गले वस्त्र बांधी पड़े दंडवत हाना. Sri Nityanand Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, they were with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And these people have come in the night, Rupa Goswami and Sanatan. So they both went to Mahaprabhu and said, Roop and Sanatan, these two brothers have come to see him. Mahaprabhu said, yes, yes, let them come. These two Roop and Sanatan, they entered the room where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. How they entered? They took pieces of straw. In those times, it was a custom, if you want to show your humility, they take a piece of straw in their mouth and then they bow down at the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Taking this piece of straw means, I am not going to speak anything. You are going to speak. Like if you have a straw, how can you speak? Means complete surrender. So upon seeing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the two brothers were overwhelmed with joy, and out of humility, they both started crying. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu assured them of all good fortune. The two brothers got up, again taking straw between their mouth, they humbly offered prayers with folded hands. Jaya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Dayamaya Patita Pavana Jaya Jaya Mahashaya Neech Jati Neech Sangi Kare Neech Kaja Tomara Agrate Prabhu Kahite Vasilaja Mattulyo Nasti Papatma Na Pradha Chakaschana Parihare Api Lajjame Kim Bruve Purushottama. So they were about to leave, but before that, these people offered their prayer and they said, Oh Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to you. You are the savior of all fallen souls. All glories to you, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sir, Neech Jati, Neech Sangi. We belong to very low class. And our association is also low class. Kare Niche Kaja, and the employment, what we are doing is also very low class. Do not think they were low class, okay? They were the richest person of that time, like millionaires of that time, Roop and Sanatan, because they were working for the king. They were ministers of the king. It's like if somebody is a minister in the cabinet, they are rich people. So Roop and Sanatan are very rich. But they're saying, our employment is very low class. Why? Because in their mind they are like working for this Muslim rulers who are not into who are not spiritual at all and who do not respect the Hindu dharma. Sir, we belong to the lowest class of men. We have become lowly because of this association. Therefore, we are ashamed even to introduce ourselves. Just imagine cabinet minister coming to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and saying, we are ashamed. We feel very ashamed standing in front of you. There cannot be anybody more sinful than us. There cannot be more sinful offender like us. Even if we mention our sinful activities, we would be ashamed. So what to speak of giving them up? The two brothers said, Patita Pavana Hetu Tomara Avatara Amabai Jagate Patita Nahiyara Jagai Madhai Dui Karile Udhara Taha Udharite Shrama Nahila Tomara. So the two brothers are like, sir, we are fallen. We are low class. We have done acts which we cannot even talk to you about. We are ashamed. But you, Lord, you have incarnated to deliver the fallen souls. And we are standing in front of you. There cannot be anybody more fallen than us. In this world, we are the most fallen souls. We heard that you delivered Jagai and Madhai, and people say Jagai and Madhai were fallen. No, Prabhu, no, Prabhu. We are worse than Jagai and Madhai. Jagai Madhai had but one fault. They were addicted to sinful activity. However, volumes of sinful activity can be burned to ashes simply by a dim reflection of chanting your holy names. Tomara nama laya, tomara karila nindan, sei naam haila tara, muktira karana, jagai madhai haite, koti koti guna, adhama patita papi, ami dui jana. Oh Lord, Jagai Madhai, people say they did sin. And in that sinful activity, they were taking your names and talking bad about you. But even that talking bad about you by taking your sinful name became the reason for their deliverance. You delivered them. Oh Lord, we too, standing in front of you, we are million and million times more inferior than Jagai Madhai. Mlecha jati mlecha sevi, Kari mlecha karma, Go Brahmana drohi sange, Amara sangama. Oh Lord, we actually belong to the caste of mlechas. Mlecha means those who eat meat. We belong to the caste of mlechas, the meat eaters. We associate with these meat eaters, and whatever the meat eaters ask us to do, we actually follow their orders. And because we are associating with this kind of people, we had to become inimical towards the Brahmanas and the cows. Mora karma mora hate galaya bandhiya kuvishaya vishtha garte diya chepeliya ama udharite bali nahi tribhuvane patita pavana tumi sabe tumavine. The two brothers, Sakara Malik and Dabira Khana, very humbly submitted that due to their abominable activities, they were now bound by the neck and hands and had been thrown into a ditch filled with abominable stool-like objects of material sense enjoyment. No one within the three worlds is sufficiently powerful to deliver us, O Lord, O Mahaprabhu. You are the only savior of fallen souls. Therefore, there is no one but you. आमा उद्धारिया देख यदि देखाओ निज बाला पतित पावन नाम तबे से सफल. Oh my Lord, you have delivered so many people and you have incarnated to deliver so many people. You will not find more patita like us. We are million and million times inferior to all the patit whom you have delivered, all the fallen souls you have delivered. If you deliver us, people will know about your transcendental strength. So please, you are Patita Pavan, the one who purifies even the fallen ones. Please purify us. Please save us. You are the savior of fallen souls. सत्य एक बात कहूं सुन दया माया मोविनु दयारा patra jagate nahaya. Let me speak one word, and that is very true. Plainly here, O merciful one, there is no other object of mercy within the three worlds but us. Mora daya kari kara swadaya safala akhila brahmanda dekhu ka tomara daya bala apane ayogya dekhi mane panak shobha tathapi tomara gune upajaya lobha. We are the most fallen, therefore by showing us your mercy is most successful. Let the power of your mercy be exhibited throughout the entire universe, O Mahaprabhu. We are depressed because we feel that we are not fit for your mercy. Yet, since we have heard your transcendental qualities, we are very much attracted to you. Indeed, we are like dwarf who want to capture the moon, although we are completely unfit. A desire to receive your mercy is awakening within your minds. By serving you constantly, one is freed from all material desires and is completely satisfied. When shall I engage as your permanent eternal servant and always feel joyful to have such a fitting master? Suni Mahaprabhu kahe sunadabir khas tumi dui bhai mora पुरातन दास आज हैते दून्हा नाम रूप सनातन दैन्य छाड़ा तुम्हारा दैन्य फाटे मोर मान. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, quiet, quiet, quiet. Calm down, calm down, calm down. Do not cry so much. Your crying is making my heart weak. It's breaking my heart. Don't cry. Don't feel so bad. Oh, Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik, let me assure you, you have been my servants from ancient times. You are my old servant. So, my dear Sakar Malik, from this day, your name will be changed to Srila Rupa and Srila Sanatan. Now, please abandon all this crying, all this humility, for my heart is breaking to see you both so humble. You have written several letters showing me your humility, and I understand your behavior from all those letters. By your letters, O Roop Sanatan, I understand your heart. Therefore, In order to teach you, I sent you one verse. Paravyasini nari vyagrarupi griha karmasu tad eva savadyati antar navasangam rasayanam. He said, I already mentioned to you indirectly. If a woman is attached to a man other than her husband, she will fool the world by appearing very busy in carrying out all her household affairs. So nobody suspects that she's having an affair with somebody. She'll be the best woman in the house. She'll take care of everybody because nobody should suspect. And she's going on with her affair. So you are in a Muslim, you are in the association of all these Muslim rulers. You have to work. So work. Do your best. Let nobody suspect that you love me, means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You love Krishna. Let nobody suspect what is there inside your heart. Right now, you just work. Just like that lady who is having some extra affair. She appears busy in carrying out her household affairs, but within her heart, she's always relishing the feelings of association with her paramour. So be like that. I really had no business, O Sakara and O Roop and Sanatan, to come to Bengal, but I have just come here only to see both of you. Everyone is asking, why have I come to this village of Ram Keli? Nobody knows my intention. Finally, you two brothers have come. My work is done. I have told you, work sincerely till the time comes. And inside your heart, relish your Krishna Bhakti. Do not fear anything. Birth after birth, you both have been my eternal servants. And I'm sure that whatever situation you are in, Krishna will deliver you very soon. Etabali dunara sere dharila dui hate dui bhai prabhu pada nila nija mathe. The Lord then placed his two hands on the heads of both of them, and in return, they immediately placed the lotus feet of the Lord on their heads. After this, the Lord embraced both of them and requested all the devotees present to be merciful upon them and deliver them. When all the devotees saw the mercy of the Lord upon the two brothers, they were very much gladdened, and they all began to chant, Hari, 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 Hari. And in this way, Lord blessed them, consoled them, and after getting the blessings, both of them went back to their work in their kingly positions. And later on, time changed. When the right time came, they both became mendicants and lived in Vrindavan. Those stories we are going to hear tomorrow. It's already time, so we'll end up the class now. No comments today. So may all your day and night be Krishnamay, Radhamay, Sri Chaitanyamay, and we'll see you tomorrow with the next part. Jai Shri Krishna, Radhe Radhe.